Hi everyone, welcome to your yoga class today. Today we're going to focus on balance. So really when we think about balance, we think about our foundation, right? In order to have balance, we need to have a strong and stable foundation underneath us, whether that's physically or mentally, right? We need that foundation to create balance in our lives. So today we're going to focus on a balanced posture called tree pose, and we're going to do a little warming up of the feet first. So I know some people don't like giving attention to their feet too often. I would invite you to just be curious and just check in and just see if it's something that you can open up to today. So because imbalanced postures with our yoga practice, our feet are our foundations. We want to make sure that they're opening nice, they're gripping, that they're basically activating the energy. So we're going to begin today first with our breath, because that's what grounds us in everything. And then we're going to do a little practice of opening the feet before we get into our flow. So find a seat, make yourself comfortable. You can be in easy pose, or you could be sitting on your thighs, whatever works for you. If you want to raise your hips by placing a block underneath you, add a little more comfort, or a blanket, go right ahead. So we're going to begin with a couple rounds of recalibration breath. I want you to take the inside, like a lobster claw of your hands, and put them right at your waist, right under your ribs, where your rib cage ends. And from here, I want you to focus on pulling the breath in, down, into the body, and focus on jetting out in the sides of the body so that you can feel your side body pressing into the sides of your hands. All right? We're going to inhale through the nose. We're going to exhale through the mouth like we're blowing on hot tea. And this is called the recalibration breath, or nirvana breath. And we're just going to drop into the moment together. So go ahead and start with a nice inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Continue with this breath. And notice if the shoulders start to sneak up near the ears, just make a suggestion for them to relax and let go. As you're inhaling, you're expanding in your torso, pushing into the hands that are on the body. And as we're exhaling, we're totally, fully emptying the cylinder of your core. Maybe these are the biggest breaths you've been taking all day. So really relish here in a moment and allow yourself to ground in to the present moment, being in the body. 3 more rounds of inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth like you're blowing on hot tea. Thinking about anything that you can just let go. Remember, we're always using gentleness and ease, not really striving or forcing with the breath. All right, so come back to neutral breathing now. Just take a few moments here with your breath, just tuning in to what it feels like to be here now in your body, totally on your mat. And when that feels comfortable, we're going to go ahead and bring one foot up onto the knee. If this isn't possible for you, you can just keep your foot on the floor and work from the floor. That's fine. You just have to bend a little bit over. Or you could take a block, right? And bring your foot up here. You just want to make sure you're protecting the knee. So If on a block feels like it's hurting your knee at all, you want to stop. So go ahead and bring your foot up, and you're going to interlace your fingers between your toes. Hope you have clean feet. Just kidding, I don't. Walk everywhere barefoot. Okay, so now that you've got the fingers in between the toes, just gently make a little bit of a circular motion with those toes, or just take any kind of feeling in there, rubbing or movement that feels good. Might feel a little bit sore, right? And I know some of us don't like to touch our feet, but that's okay. I'm going to invite you to just give them the attention and nourishment they deserve. Think about it. They don't ask anything of us, and they carry us through the day, all day long, from morning to night. They're just there, right? So a little gratitude for the feet. And when that feels complete for you, I'm going to ask you to bring your hand apart, fingers apart inside the webs, and then bring your fingers tightly together. Oh, that might feel a little sore, might feel a little tender. That's okay. All right, weave your fingers, and then you're going to take both thumbs on the inside of the arch of the foot, and you're just going to start to rub. Really get in there. And from here, just take it to wherever feels. Get lost in a little bit of a foot flow here. Whatever feels good. Now think about, you're really helping that circulation. You're really helping this foot feel a little nourishment. I mean, I don't rub my feet very often. I wish I did more often. Maybe I'll get Colin to rub my feet more often. We'll see. He would probably say that he already does. But we don't need someone to do this for us, right? We can do it for ourselves. All right, so let's do a little experiment. Let's put one foot that we've just rubbed next to the foot that we haven't rubbed and see if you see anything different. What I see is that this foot here it looks like flesh colored, looks like there is vibrancy, life moving through this foot, blood. This one here, it looks pale and purple and like it needs to be revived. So you can tell right there how much just a little love goes a long way. Let's try the other foot now. So finding that seated position again, we're gonna bring the ankle over the knee here. Again, if that feels comfortable. If not, you can keep it on the floor, and we're gonna interweave the toes again. From here, we're just gonna take those toes in a circular motion, nice and gentle. Watch if you're going really fast and trying to rush it, right? Yoga is about being present, mindful, clearing space in the mind. We can't do that when we're rushing or distracted. When we tap into the body, we start to feel, what's the body telling us with sensation. Now go ahead and spread those fingers apart. Juicy stretch for the toes. Now bring them together. Oh yeah, feels good. Now again, take the two thumbs and start to. Sometimes I get lost in my own foot rub on camera here. All right, stay with it, Chelsea. So just rubbing into that arch of the foot, maybe up through to the pads of that foot, just bringing back some circulation, some life, injecting some gratitude, right? Maybe grabbing the heel. Oh yeah, all the love, all the nourishment. All right, we're opening up this foot. We're opening up the energy in the foot, and we're opening up our foot to be able to hold us in a balanced posture. All right, here we go. Coming back to a seated posture. Finding the sits bones, pulling the juicy part of the glutes out of the way, right? And having nice tall spine from the pelvis all the way up through the crown of the head. From here, we're going to inhale our arms up overhead. Exhale, floating them down. Twice more like that with the breath. Inhale. Working with body movement in the breath. Once more, inhale, moving from the shoulders. Awesome, guys. Let's go ahead and come onto a tabletop position. So from there, you're gonna come onto your hands and your knees. And we're gonna find that Hasta Bandha, or hand posture, where we're gripping the floor, we're pressing the floor away from us, so pressing the mat away from you. Curl the toes under. We're pulling the belly up so we're not sinking into the spine. And then we're going to press away, up and back, downward facing dog. Keep some nice bent knees here and take a moment to walk it out. Beautiful. We're going to inhale, right leg up to the sky. And let's just be here for a moment. It doesn't matter how high the leg goes, right? We want to make sure that the hips are staying parallel to the ground so we're not twisting open like this. Getting a nice stretch along the left leg, bringing it back down to the earth. Again, we're still pressing away from the mat here with our hands. We're going to inhale, left leg up, letting the head drop freely. Left leg down. Beautiful. I'm going to inhale, right leg up once more. We're going to pull that leg in and we're going to rock the hips to the sky, tucking in the belly. Bring that leg through to a lunge. We're going to bring the left leg up to meet the right. And in a nice knee bent position, we're going to forward fold. So we don't have to straighten the legs here. We're just going to forward fold over. Let the head hang. We're going to delta wing the arms beside us. Bring those shoulders back. Press into the feet and start to lift ourselves up. All the way to extended mountain. And finding us settling into our mountain pose here. All right, so stay right where you are. I'm going to come face you so that we can face each other while we're practicing this pose. So finding your grounding here, finding your footing. So our feet are nice and open, they've got some energy flowing. Now we're going to press down into the left foot. We're going to set ourselves up for our tree pose. Right? So finding our four corners of the feet inside, big toe ball mount on the inside of the heel, baby toe ball mount, and on the inside or outside of the heel. Really pressing down firm into that left foot. You can start to lean the energy and the weight over to the left side. Now with an inhale, right? Timing our movement with our breath. Inhale that right knee like it's on a marionette string, up like this. And we're going to decide where we're going to put this. All right, so if you're a beginner to this pose, go ahead and try whichever one suits you, but you might want to try to start with this pose with toes on the earth and then the ankle, right? So you can have tree pose at the ankle and we can be here. Or we can take it up a notch, making sure we're pulling the belly button into the spine. We got nice core activation here, and we can bring it up to the calf. All right, and from the calf, you can also ground down, inhale up, grabbing at the ankle there and bring it up to our thigh. And we can bring the energy into the center. Remember to pull that belly in, creating stability here in our core. We're going to bring the energy of the foot into the thigh into the foot. And it's okay to be a little wobbly, right? I'm wobbly sometimes, it happens, we just flow with it. Bring your gaze down to the floor in front of you and just stare off into one area to help you with that balance. pressing down into the leg. You can either inhale your arms up. We can bring them to prayer pose. You can have them down beside you. Find your tree, and over the next couple weeks, as you're practicing this pose, find what works for you. All right, we're gonna take another inhale here. Exhale, lower the leg with control. Shake it out if you want. Now we're gonna find that four corners of our foot, lift and spread the toes on the right side and plant down. All right, again, you might be starting with the ankle now. Maybe in a couple weeks, you'll find yourself bringing it up to the calf. So on the inhale, find your position for tree that works for you. And we're gonna inhale it up. Finding our drishti, which is our gentle gaze onto a spot on the floor in front of us. Finding our hand position. And just being in the energy of stability, balance, and a tree. And one side might be different than the other, and that's okay. One more breath here. And we let it go. All right, shake it out. How's that feeling for you guys? You're gonna be still in mountain at the top of your mat, right? We're gonna plant down in the feet. We're gonna inhale our arms up overhead, hinging at the hips, sending the bum back. We're coming down into a forward fold. We're gonna step the right foot back to a lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back, coming into a plank. Lower down to the knees. And bring the body down to the mat. And from here, we can just roll over. Find ourselves taking up space on the mat. Bring the legs wide, let them drop out. Lift, press down into the head, lift the chest as we bring the shoulder blades together on the back. Let the hands be open, just naturally. And you can set yourself up here for a Shavasana pose. So if you can stay here for 2 to 5 minutes, I suggest doing so, even longer if you have it. I like to do my Shavasana for 15. However, if that's not in your schedule and that's not what's available to you, that's fine. But if you got even 2 minutes, go ahead and stay in this posture and just take a moment of care for yourself. Listen to your breath, drop into the moment, and give yourself some space.